Sprout, a spatial planting recommendation and optimization utility toolkit. Sprout generates planting designs for regenerative farming. And regenerative farming principles are complicated because they work with nature and nature is complicated. There's even complicated nomenclature: permaculture, food forests, synanthropic forests, agroecology. But Sprout takes a lot of data about local conditions, even local diets, about plant relationships, about natural systems for pest repelling, and then we adhere to planting strategies that aid and use natural solutions to get the best farming results and regenerate the soils and the environment. The outcome is a planting design that is being created as a simulation, like this game of life, to find the best solutions for our food systems that work with nature. The main question we asked ourselves was if we can imagine systems that aid regeneration. Could you even imagine our landscapes change from the grid of monoculture we all know to lush and fluid designs of polyculture? So there's a lot of automation that has been built for those monoculture intensive farming and mass scale production systems, which also allow us to have the smallest amount of people in history growing food and farming. But we also know that these practices have severe effects on health of ecosystems. The severe use of chemicals in fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, fungicides, and all because we are extracting and working against natural systems. What's more, our countrysides are getting emptier, our farmers in the European Union are getting rapidly old, and there is truly a need and urgency to intervene. And that was our aim throughout the Muse residency, to build a system that can help this transition towards regenerative farming practices. If you're already a farmer, to regenerate land, or if you are just a part-time farmer, a gardener, and would like to grow food based on those principles to make it easier. And ironically, our world and the disciplines we come from, design and engineering, are very much about control. Well, part of this experimental prototype is to learn from complexity, give up that full control. And so we are sure that we are just releasing a seedling, a sprout. And for the system to get better, it will need to function in the world and learn, and that learning with nature takes a lot of time.
As an engineer working in a company that builds products, having an artistic view, artistic perspective to building a prototype is very different. And I think it was very interesting to kind of like see how each decision we take during the design process and the development, we embed a little bit of our vision of the future and really try to imagine how those small things will have a systemic impact on how this will be used by the users for years to come. Developing both like a vision of future, but a physical and actual prototype that works and the users can use means we'll be going through lots of levels, different levels of abstraction. And having a method to guide us through the way, it's a good way to kind of like ground, get back, get everyone aligned, and make sure we're fulfilling both the artistic view, but reaching an actual prototype.